Hello, everyone, and welcome to our summer school. This day, today is all about lessons that you have learned in our content classes, so that you can take these lessons out and you can share them with the world. Now, maybe I need to rephrase that because it didn't sound right. This is the beauty and the joy of live streaming, having your notes there, and then being a human being. And yesterday we talked about being human, and there's no reason that I would now remove this because it takes away that human element. Anyway, as I have fluffed up my intro, guys, please say hello. Let me know who's tuning in. Say hi in the bottom there, and just to let everyone know who's not been here before, Summer School is our content classes free gift to the world. We are here, well, I am here every weekday at 11 a.m. And the idea is to give you some ideas on how to create content so that you can be seen, heard, known, and loved with your online business. So before I dive in any further, let's just see who's tuning in, because we see we've got live viewers. We've got hi to Shelley and hi to whoever that Facebook user is over in New York on Facebook. So guys, the reason I've done live lessons is this. The summer months are really quite challenging with regards to social media marketing and building your business online. Why? Because people's attention is away from their laptops and their phones, and it is spending time with family. They are out doing things. They're on holiday. It's coming to the end of the school year over in the UK. So it's a little bit disconnected. And I found this over the last 10 years running my agency. So what we've decided to do this year is to help you really help you with some ideas. Are you getting stuck? Today's idea is all about lessons that you have learned. So please let me know any lessons you've learned as we've gone through, not on here so much, but in your life as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, that you've taken into your business. I've learned lots from the police. I'm going to share a few with you today. But I have a question. I have a question before we dive into it. And it's this: do you feel like, as a business owner, that you should know everything when it comes to business? I know I certainly did. A lot of us feel like this, but we tend to not tell anybody, not share that. Because why? Because we might be deemed as being a failure. Now, nobody wants that. Excuse me, just moving my microphone. Nobody wants to feel like a failure. But let me just share something with you. When we all launched our businesses, we didn't know how to run a business. Someone might have handed us the business book, but we had no experience and we kind of winged it. So I know I certainly did. When I launched my business, I was like, yep, I know everything about running a business, and actually didn't know a great deal. Thankfully, I had a great business coach, and I share that story as a lesson through my content. Neil was my business coach. Literally last year, he became my best man, because over the last 10 years, he's become one of my closest friends. So I share that story. You can too. There is a book. Don't know if you've read it. Let me know if you've read this book I'm about to mention. It's called The E-Myth, and it talks about us business owners as being amazing practitioners. Okay, literally experts in our craft. But we struggle when it comes to business because we want to do everything that we can with regards to our thing. I know when I started Big Daddy, I was creating content, I was writing content, I was scheduling people's content, I was managing comments and this, that, and the other. And then what happened was I was a doer in the business, but not a doer on the business. So I struggled. Didn't realize I was struggling because I was literally just catapulting forward into a six-figure business. But when you realize that you hit a ceiling and you can only take on X amount of customers, you then have to change around your business. So I learned that really early on, and I'm really, really thankful. But the thing is, no one taught us to run businesses unless we had this epiphany or someone said to us, you need to get a business coach, and here's why. So let me know what your lessons are in the comments. I have shared a lesson about, the black curtain in the past. That black curtain sits up there. That black curtain sits there as a reminder. Let me know if you've black curtain story in the past. Basically, what the black curtain story is, this is the black curtain used to be my backdrop. And when I started Big Daddy 10 years ago, I struggled to make content because I was worried about the backdrop. Did it look cool? Was it YouTuber-ish? I mean, what I've got now isn't YouTuber-ish. It's just a little bit fancy. And in more than anything, that behind me creates backlight so that I actually stand out. That's the only reason. And I've got decent lighting here, and I found a live streaming platform. So the black curtain stopped me, but actually it didn't. It was my mindset. I got in here. So your challenge today is to identify some lessons that you've experienced and have taken you from maybe a bit of a negative place, or might even be a positive place, something that you've learned really quickly that's helped you, and you can turn it into a piece of content. This type of content bodes really well, in my opinion, for two styles: long form video, okay, or a blog. Because this is what we call depth content. It's a little bit more, it's a little bit deeper so that people can learn more about you. So you're doing short form content all the time, you're doing social posts, you're doing reels, and and this, that, and the other. But actually you could create a long form video, maybe a live video like this. And when I say long form, I don't mean half an hour, I don't mean an hour's podcast. I'm thinking something over maybe 5 to 10 minutes, okay? But with a bit of story, bit of seasoning, some essence of who you are and why. Because this stuff really connects with people when you're showing them the whites of your eyes and they hear your voice and your expression and your passion behind it. But also, there's nothing to say that you can't turn that into a blog post. 1,000, 2,000 words, getting in some depth. And if you struggle for that, what I tend to do is I make a rough video first, make a raw video, and then I grab the transcript, and that's my ugly first draft, and I turn that into my blog. Why? Because I get a sense, and my clients have had a sense in the past, that when you speak something, there's a bit more feeling in it, and you can get your the way you speak, your mannerisms into the written word. Because what happens when we start typing? We write for the reader. And I personally have experienced a loss of feeling in my content in the past. So I found a way to speak it first, grab the transcription, and then grab my ugly first draft and turn that into an article or a blog post. So, my friends, that is what I want to share with you today. Look at the lessons you've learned over time, and literally just put the kettle on, grab a tea or a coffee or whatever your beverage is, brain dump some ideas, and then go through a very simple process: the hook and the story and a call to action, and just speak it or make a video and share that with yourself, if you will, and say, right, how can I now turn this into a blog? Or actually, that's my ugly first draft of maybe a 1 or 2 minute video. Now I'm going to expand on that and make that into a long form video. And that could be a pin post on your Facebook page. It could be a video on your website sharing your why. There's lots of things you can do with it. But I absolutely advocate you to lean into the long form and share some of the lessons, because they're the things that people will connect with. And if you want some depth in your content rather than just how-tos and discover this and the 3 secrets and the 19 steps, then make some depth content. And yeah, it takes a little bit more time, but it's got longer life, longer longevity. You can use it in many different ways, and you can continue to repurpose it. So, my friends, I hope you get a lot from that. Please let me know who's been here today. Say hi in the comments. Share some of your stories. We do appreciate it when you smash the like button, and maybe even share this as well, because we need to share this content with as many people as possible. Why? We want to impact lives. We want to help other business owners just like you and just like I, because we were born for greatness. Don't miss the opportunity. And if you've heard about Big School, let me know in the comment. If you haven't heard about Big School, then just write big in the comments and I will let you know more about that, because it's the transition from Tea with Steve, as it currently is now, into Big School. There is a story I'll be sharing with you, and I'll be sharing the lessons from that with you in future videos. Have an awesome rest of your day. Take care. Much love. Big Daddy out.